see, some of the snow is melted. It's a little warmer out here. I'm not totally freezing. So I thought I'd do a little video about some of these stabilizer improvements that I'm working on this fifth wheel, because everybody knows that Robin hates the way this thing, you know, moves every time I walk across it, basically. And I know she has like motion sickness, because we used to go boating all the time. She'd have to take some little pills and stuff to help with that. And she definitely don't want to do that living in this RV. So since now we're a married couple, you know, if the wife ain't happy, no one's happy. So we're going to work on trying to make this thing better. You know, we're getting ready to get this thing hooked up and take off out of here, and we're going to be traveling again. And I want to be able to set it up at some of these RV parks and make it work a little bit better. So over the summer, I've ordered stuff. A lot of it I haven't used yet, but I'll go over with what I got coming, or what I have here now, and what I haven't used, and what I'm going to use, and the stuff that works so far. And we'll just do this video, and then after we get on the road, I can do some follow-up videos on this. But let's take a look at what came in while we were in Alaska. So let's look underneath here. I got these stabilizer jacks for the slide outs. So I purchased one set for this side and one set for the other side. These things cost like less than $100 for the pair. I think I paid 45 bucks a piece. So we got these on here. We're going to try this tonight, see how much difference that makes. Now I do have the Anderson, those red blocks that go, bought those a while back, and you can't use all 6 of them, because this thing has to level all the way down to come back up and auto level. So, but you can put I've had them on, I've played with them on the back, and I thought I needed all 6. I ordered 2 more, realized I didn't need them, but I'll start using those on these back ones, because if you look at this, you can see how long that is right there. That's what makes it sway more, is because you have so much play in between there, and you can look up front. The reason this thing's so solid in the front, in the bedroom, in the bathroom, in the shower, is absolutely feels like a house. But back here, you can see how high it is back here. You know, it's not what I wanted, but this is what I had when I got here. The ground was soft, and I was going to fix it later on, and then me and Robin traveled too much. But I also got those Anderson things to go under the wheels, so haven't used those yet. You're supposed to be able to put them on there and lift this thing up and kind of get it pretty much level before you start the auto level. I think it'd be nice to have these tires up off the ground, you know, if it's on concrete or rock, but I think it would be better to have it up there. And I have those jack stabilizers in between the tires, but you still get a little rocking like this. And I'm hoping by using those other things, because they seem to lock the wheel better, maybe I can get some of that motion gone. So anybody that watches this video that's, you know, done some of this stuff, you know, leave it in the comments. Tell me what you've done. Tell me if it works. Tell me if I'm wasting my time with those Anderson things under the wheel, or if you swear by them, because I really want to know. Now, these little stabilizers back here, I swear by these things. I see people put jacks back here and all that. That's fine. But this thing here takes 2 seconds to put it in there. You slide it in, you grab it, pull it tight, ratchet, boom, and it's done. You ain't spent, you know, more than a couple minutes on the front and the rear. If I didn't have this back here, you can see how much distance there is from there to there. It'd be swaying so much, it would be unbelievable. But we're going to try these now. So my whole goal is, you know, as we get to our next place, is to try those Anderson things underneath the tires, try those Anderson 4 blocks back here, try to cut that distance in half, put these on, use these, and I am thinking that I can stop all of the movement in this thing. So anybody else that's been playing with this stuff, I know a lot of people make their own stuff. I don't have the facilities to make a lot of these things. So yes, I purchased the stuff over the last year. Some of it I haven't used yet. And yes, if you want to know what this stuff costs, you're going to have $600-700 to buy all this stuff, or you can make it on your own. But sometimes the stuff that you purchase, like that Anderson stuff, I've had people that have had things break, and Anderson just replaces it for free. So I don't think, it's basically a lifetime warranty. And if you're doing this all the time, it's probably better just to buy their stuff and get the new one sent back to you when something breaks than making it your own. Now, if you have the facilities and the time, but I don't know if you're truly full-time RV living, it's hard to do a lot of that stuff. So now if you have a resident and you're just doing this part-time, then you can make a lot of your own stuff. But that rear jack setup, it's in my other videos. You get them from Amazon. They work great. I know you can't even buy 2 jacks and put under there for what those cost. Now, if you have some jacks laying around, you could probably make something. But a lot of times the height is so much more than your jack. You got to have some kind of block under there. You got to carry all that shit. These things fold right up, fit in a little bag. Boom, throw in the back of your truck real easy. So let's go up to the front of this and talk about some of this other stuff. I've got this same, as you can see right here, you can see how low this thing is setting for me to get it level here. So that's why I don't have much movement. I was still able to get that jack under there for that extra support. I don't think I even needed it, but I put it under there just so I knew where it was. But when you look how low it is there, and you see how low that jack is right there that I'm using, that's why the front of this thing is rock solid. Now, if you can get the rest of it to level up like that, you could really make it so that this thing doesn't move very much. I do swear by this little thing right here. This thing, I think it makes a big difference when you're taking a shower, because this has the shower in the front. There's no movement in that shower. It's another thing that I recommend. Now, my goal is I have these under this, all of them right now, but I'll use a couple of them on the front here, maybe all 3 of them, if it'll still level up. Sorry, there's a vehicle pulling by. But if I can put all 3 of these under there on both sides, and then put my Anderson little buckets on the back there, and if this thing will still level up perfectly, then I'll just use those up front. And I know everybody has those little snap pads on there. You know, I'm sure they work too, but the reason I don't have the snap pads on there is I planned on using those Anderson things to get rid of that distance. And those Anderson things have the magnet in there, so I can do this by myself. Robin doesn't have to be, you know, like if you use a block, she needs to be standing there making sure it's lined up. I don't want that. I want to be able to just come out here, kick the stuff myself when she's in there getting the inside ready. So I wanted those magnet things to go underneath there. Every place that I've set this thing up over this whole year, I've always had a lot of play in those jacks. I mean, it's like I'm using almost all of it. So I think if I could cut 6 or 8 inches of that on there, that's, you know, that distance with a solid piece like that, I think it'll make a world of difference. So remember, if you're watching this video and you've already been doing this stuff, tell me what you think. I know a lot of people are going to say, well, I'm not going to spend $300 for a set of those. I think I paid $200 for 4 of them, and then I bought 2 more later on, but I'll sell them to somebody else. But in my opinion, the magnet and everything is easier for one person and a lot better than just sticking a block, going back around 10 times to make sure the block hasn't moved. So that's the reason I went that route. At least that's what I tell myself in my head. But that's what my goal is, to get this thing solid, because anybody that's watched our channel and knows Robin, she's not a fan of this RV life. So if I wanted to get her more on board, I need this thing to be solid when it's setting. And maybe, you know, maybe next year will be a different year where we won't deal with so much bad weather. But I'm telling you, if you get into this life, folks, it's bad weather. Seems to be bad weather ever since we purchased this thing. We have been in everything. We've been in tornadoes. We've been in hailstorms. I mean, I'm surprised that the hail damage we have on this is the only thing that we got, because we've been in a lot of bad stuff this year. So as you can see, the jack up in the front, I definitely recommend that. The jacks on these slide outs, as of right now, I can actually walk inside and feel the difference. But I'm going to play with these for a couple days and see if they really are worth the money, you know what I mean? So, you know, they're real simple. They don't cost very much. But at the next location, I'm going to use those Anderson things on these back ones, on those back jacks, and because it won't set this low on gravel, level ground, or on concrete. So we're going to see if all these things make a difference. So, but I thought I'd do this first video to show you what I'm doing. And if you have any ideas or suggestions, go ahead and leave it in the comments below. And, you know, over this trip on our way to Pennsylvania, I'll set this up at 3 or 4 different places, and, you know, there'll be gravel and there'll be concrete, and we'll play with it a little bit and see what kind of weather we get and see if this stuff was worth the investment. So just remember, if you like what we're doing on the channel, subscribe to the channel. And if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.